guys, it's me again. I want to do this video really quickly. I'm sitting in the car at Shadi's school waiting on him before I take him to the doctor. Shadi's my son, for anyone who's watching this video and doesn't know and not subscribed to me and just happened to stumble upon this video. And if you did happen to just stumble on this video, if you're not subscribed, by the end of this video, if you find me interesting, go ahead and click the subscribe button. But yeah, this video is going to be about the question I was asked recently. I think I talked about this before in another video, but I think I didn't go into that in depth about it. Someone asked me, is being married with somebody, how is being married with somebody different from being with somebody for a long time, or is there a difference? I've been with my husband, I want to say 8 years. It'll be 9, I think, in December, or maybe 10. I don't know. I'll annotate it correctly. We recently got married in December 2011. We are in 2013, April to be exact. We were together a while before we got married. We conceived 2 children before we got married. Now, with the question I was asked, at first, in a sense, being married and being in a long-term relationship, there's not a difference, and in a sense, there is a difference. In a sense, nothing really changes from the long-term relationship and you being married. If you have a healthy, happy relationship, nothing really changes. You being in a healthy, happy relationship and you being married. Now, the only thing that's different to me, I'm just speaking for me and my husband and my relationship and my marriage personally, is the first and foremost thing that's changed is that people respect our union more because we're married. When people look at us and they look and see that we have 2 kids together, we've been together for such a long time, and we're married, people respect our union more. I think in a sense, we take it a little bit more serious as well too. I think because of the fact that we stood in front of our family and our friends and in front of a pastor and said we want to be together for the rest of our lives. We want to raise our children together. We want to grow old together, till death do us part. And then the funny thing about it, like when the pastor said until death do you part, we look at each other in the eyes, and you know, it's a running joke with us, like we'll be around and then we'll talk about marriage and relationship, but we always look at each other and we be like, till death do us part. And literally that's what we want. We want to be together until death has parted us. I think things are different from us because we were together for so long and we conceived children. And in the course of our 8 years, we experienced a lot. Some of you who may either be new to my channel or just be watching this video on a whim, when people look at me and my husband, they see me and they see him, and then they see our 2 kids, our son and our daughter. Like, we have the white picket fence, the American dream family. And in a sense, it's like we have a great relationship. We're perfect for each other, but we don't have the most conventional relationship. My husband and I did not meet in the most conventional way. My husband and I met in a strip club. I was a dancer and he was in the club hanging out with his frat brothers, and we met and we've just gone from there. And here we are 8 years later, 2 kids, happy, healthy relationship. So also my husband and I were not together a long time before we conceived our son, who is now 7. We were together, I think our son was conceived 4 months into us dating, which, first of all, we didn't really even know each other. That's 1. And 2, like, we both were dealing with issues within ourselves individually. Like, we have been through a lot together and a lot individually. We have grown a lot, and not only the sense that my son was conceived within 4 months of us dating, my husband conceived another child while we were dating. My son has my children have a brother that's a month apart. My son and my stepson are a month apart. My son's birthday is in January, my stepson's birthday is in March. So like, people look at us and see the perfect American white picket fence dream family, but we're far from it. But it works for us. We're happy, our children are happy, my stepson is happy. I mean, he's as happy to the extent of we as a unit can make it, because at the end of the day, like I said in the other videos when I talked about that, like, I'm not his mom, but we try to make my stepson feel as much as part of our family as he can. Like, and to my knowledge, he does. When he comes over, he gets just as much as his siblings. He interacts with his siblings. You know, we encourage him the same way we encourage our children. We discipline him the same way we discipline our children. So, you know, I mean, our family dynamic works for us. Now, I also wanted to touch on something I always hear, like, a lot of women say. When they be like, oh, I'm happy being single, I'm independent, I got all of this, I got all of that, I don't need a man. I think in a sense, I don't need a man. I don't need my husband, but in a sense, I do need my husband. If my husband was to leave me right now or perish or whatever, of course, I would make it on my own, because I would have to. And I've been taught to do things on my own. But in a sense, I do need my husband, because my husband, I feel like my husband makes me better. And if you can't give somebody who makes you better, and that's with any relationship in your life, whether it be friendship, your mate, your family, if you're in a relationship and the relationship does not make you better, then you don't need to be in that relationship. So in a sense, I did need my husband at the time, because the experience, the person who my husband is, and the experiences I went through made me a better person, made me who I am today. And you know, so at the time, even though people looked at that situation and looked at the situation, looked at the stuff we went through, and said, you didn't need him, you didn't need to go through that. Well, it was God's plan was different. I'm not saying God put that situation on me. God placed certain situations in front of me. I made choices, and God allowed certain things to happen. So God allowed certain things to happen within his plan for my life. So I experienced certain things to make me the person who I am. So in a sense, I do need my husband, because my husband helped to shape me as well as I helped to shape him, because just as much as I need him, he needed me. Because my husband went through things in his life as well, and he needed me in his corner. He needed me in his life. So when I hear people say, oh, I don't need no man, I don't need this and I don't need that, in a sense, like, you weren't made to be here by yourself. So stop pushing people away. We were not put here to be by ourselves. Unless God said this is your plan for your life, this is your purpose. Your purpose is to be single, because this is what I need you to do, and this is what you have received. And you know for sure, you weren't made to be here by yourself. So you don't have to push people away and make people feel like they're not adequate enough for you, which is what a lot of women do. I know I'm going off on a tangent. I answered the initial question. I just wanted to put this little sidebar in as well. So yeah, until next video, I'm out.